Even Roman patting Doheny there. Doheny said, go easy on my ribs now. The fight's over.
Can we see the beginning of a new rivalry here between Doheny and Daniel Roman?
I don't know about rivalry.
Action.
Daniel Roman clearly won. Doheny's fucked up. He got tenderized in there.
You know, you're right,
Great
Sergio.
fucking fight, by the way.
Even
Way
as we're
better than I
digesting
expected
and
it to be.
processing this fight, could you see it going a different way if they did it again? Yeah, you could. A lot of things could happen, couldn't it?
Look, this was a unification. It reminded me of Morales-Barrera back in 2000. They both had an ebb and flow of pain and power and speed. Same thing happened here with two champions going back and forth. Just incredible action, incredible fight.
And if the 7th round hadn't happened, you could say, no, Roman won that fight. There's really not a question.
Let's talk for a little bit. The 100 there's that man right there, back at 122, PBC fighter. He fought on Pac Brona undercard. Right? That was the Pac Brona undercard Rickendow fought. He's still there. Let's go look at some highlights. I'm TstreeT Controversy. This is TstreeT Controversy Live. You know, TJ Doheny is just, you know, he's not bad, but he's not, you know, like, great. I didn't really enjoy his last fight too much, and frankly this fight turned out to be a whole lot more exciting than I expected it to be. He was getting hit with some bombs to the body. It was one shot I actually had a chance to screenshot it where it looked like he got his ribs broken. Now, don't get me wrong, TJ Doheny ain't no bitch. He can fight. The problem is, you know, that right there, you got to see that one in slow motion. It's just that you know, Daniel Roman was stronger. You know, the better skilled fighter. Are they going to read the cards? I'm interested to hear the cards, though.
Again, Chris Mannix does the scoring for us. He has Roman ahead, I believe, probably by 2 rounds by the end of the fight, and maybe 3 points with an extra point from a knockdown. But again, with several close rounds, it could be close.
Let's get a nice round of applause out here for these 2 warriors. After 12 rounds of action here at the Fabulous Forum, we go to the judges' score totals.
Remember, the winner is 2-belt champion.
Eddie Hernandez Sr., 113 even. Max DeLuca and Zachary Young both scored this contest 116 to 110 for your winner by majority decision. And the new unified WBA and IBF Super Bantamweight Champion of the world from Los Angeles, California.
At least the right man won. Was that fight a lot closer than I had it? What's going on? Now, mind you, I was sitting here. I wasn't doing nothing else. I'm not tired. I had a nap earlier.
And you can say, hey, there's a wide discrepancy. No, you could have that fight even.
Really?
Or you could have it 8 rounds to 4 with the 2 knockdowns, which is what 2 judges had. I think that's completely acceptable. As we said, there were close rounds in that fight, Sergio.
I think the right man won.
Correct.
Ryan. I think the right man
agree.
won. And what a fairy tale. And
So now, the only WBA champion at 122 pounds, and for crying out loud, for God's sakes, Gilberto Mendoza, WBA president, please don't make another motherfucking belt, because if you don't know, fans, the WBA has 2 belts in some divisions, maybe 3, maybe 4. You know, let's go look at some punch stats before we talk a little bit more.
Doheny landed some harder shots. That knockdown.
So he is the unified champion. He has clout.
out
Daniel Roman over Ray Vargas, and they need to make that fight. Don't bullshit around.
Performance by both men, by both champions.
Ray Vargas, Daniel Roman,
who has both belts. Let's go to Chris Mannix
should be next on its own card.
Congratulations, you knew this was
Take that shit to Mexico if you got to.
Just how tough was it out there?
I don't know about that then again. Neutral ground, even though he's Mexican too.
As a person, he respects. No wonder they call him the Power. He was strong. I'm
Mexican.
Thank you for accepting the challenge, TJ. Thank God everything went good, and
half Irish too, and black.
I don't take nothing away from TJ. He's a great champion.
The first couple of rounds, it looked like you were fighting your fight. And then TJ started to get some momentum.
Who is this guy right here? Is he Zanfer?
Don't get into that type of fight with him. What changed in some of those middle rounds?
This man, the
TJ
man in the
connected
back,
me with a
over
good
on this
shot.
side, next to the Takate
He got
girl.
me good, so I realized I can brawl with him. Strong guy.
Him, right there in the back.
You are a terrific body puncher, and you knocked him down with a body punch. But when did you feel like those body punches were starting to have an impact on him?
I felt as soon as I connected my 2-3 shots, I felt that his conditioning started going down.
You now have 2 pieces of the 122-pound title.
Yes.
Ray Vargas is out there. His promoter says once he's done with the mandatory in July, he wants to fight you. Is that the fight you want next?
Of course. Give me Ray Vargas. Ray Vargas acepta el reto y vamos a pelear como campeones.
Thanks,
Talk
Daniel.
that shit.
Thank you.
Get him.
Turn to TJ here. TJ, you knew at the end, as you reach out to shake Daniel's hand there for a second, you pointed to Daniel at the end. It seemed like you knew he won the
must
fight.
go.
But what a tough fight out there.
There we
What
go.
did you think of the way it went?
Look, first off, I just want to congratulate Danny. Not only him and his team. He's a great fighter, but more importantly, he's an absolute gentleman, and that means more to me than anything. So I just want to congratulate him first. Secondly, the plan number 1 was to come here, become undisputed champion. That didn't come. Plan 2 was to give the people of Los Angeles an absolute war, and I hope that I entertained everybody tonight.
Yeah, he
The
did.
7th round was a terrific round for you, almost a 10-8 round without a knockdown. But it seemed like the body attack from Daniel Roman really wore on you. When did you start to feel it?
Yeah, I think it was in around the mid-rounds. He caught me with a really good body shot, and I didn't recover from it. And he just kept working on it, and it slowly broke me down. But you know, I'm an Irishman. We're warriors. We tough it out till the end, and I hope I did everybody proud. And yeah.
We know Roman wants Ray Vargas, but do you think a rematch could be in the offing?
Well, look, like I said, my stock can only go up from there. I put it all on the line. I was in there against a world-class operator. It wasn't like I got beaten by some Joe Soap. I got beaten by the best 122 fighter in the world. I said it all along in the build-up. The winner was going to be the number 1. Danny's the man. I can't take anything away from him. If there's a rematch on the cards, whatever, you know, I want to come straight back into the top. I don't want to be rebuilt. This is where I belong. We came up short tonight, but I'm still learning all the time, and I still think the best is yet to come.
Thanks, TJ, and thanks for a terrific performance.
Yeah, I just want to say thanks as well. I'm not licking his ass or anything, but I want to say thanks to Eddie Hearn. Do you know what I mean? The man is unbelievable. He's one of the best promoters in the world, and he gave me this opportunity. I just want to thank him straight off the bat. Eddie, thanks very much, mate.
Eddie's not used to being thanked in the ring.
Well, look, he deserves it. He gave me the opportunity, so I have to return the favor by thanking him, you know?
Thanks, TJ. Brian?
Chris, thank you so much. Both men with so much to be proud of here tonight.
Yeah, Dana Roman is number 1. Let's talk about it. Emmanuel Navarette is fighting Isaac Dogboe, who he beat the shit out of last year. He's fighting him on his own card, right? No, wait, is that their own card? May the 11th for the WBO title. ESPN, no, Miguel Burchell, Francisco Vargas headlines. ESPN, top ranked fighter, you know, now he is. They picked up that option on him. And then you have Ray Vargas, who's the WBC champion. You know, he's fighting his mandatory. Who is his mandatory? Is his mandatory? How come I don't know this? Is it Julio or is it Shingowaki? It should be him. And then, you know, we talked about Rigondeaux. He's over on the PBC side. And even though he's older now, he's rebuilding. You know? So if all goes to plan, Ray Vargas don't get hurt or there's no, you know, injuries or whatever, you know, or he don't get cut, we could see possibly Danny Roman, IBF, now IBF, and WBA Super World Champion versus Ray Vargas. We could see that. If he fighting in July, December, though, what that mean he can't, Danny Roman can't wait that long. He probably now, since this is the end of April, he probably wants to get back like, you know, Eddie Hearn got to get him like, you know, July the 1st. I mean, I'm not July the 1st. In July, you know, maybe August to get them on the same timeline and then not have Daniel Roman be, you know, because that's a nice gap between now and July. You know, Daniel Roman fighting now, Ray Vargas fighting in July. So Roman can get like a little, you know, he had this unification. Now he can defend that belt, likely knowing Eddie Hearn would have him defend those 2 belts against a guy, who knows, in the top 15 of both sanctioning bodies. maybe down in Mexico he'll probably do that because you know they're doing that down there now with the zone. In July, and then him and Ray Vargas. If Ray Vargas wins and he wins, they fight in November, December. You know, and then next year they start working on what Dogboe Navarette is going to do because they're going to put Bob Arum and Top Rank into a situation because they're going to be like, hey, listen, y'all talking all that shit about aerial spins. Now y'all got to talk to our fighter. We got 3 belts. Do y'all want to? We can see an undisputed champion at 122 sometime by the spring. If everything goes well, no injuries, I say by the spring, late spring, early summer of 2020. I'm TstreeT Controversy. This is TstreeT Controversy Live. Please subscribe. Did I put my logo? Oh shit, my man Steve Kim on the zone. That was Dougie Fisher. You know what? They doing a lot of bringing in a lot of people. I like how they bring in like different fighters to the platform with AK and Barack. You know, they don't act like other motherfuckers don't exist.